Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. See, I brought you the big one, yeah, guys. Yeah, see ya, guys. See, it's not every time I would have to, go and bring, someone that has, a big, huge channel or this or that. See ya, guys. I could also go bring someone who actually knows how to talk about Arsenal. How about that for a start? See ya, people. Yeah, see. I just want you guys to just sit back and just listen to me and this brother talk and talk about Arsenal, because there's one thing I know of this brother. It's his genuineness when he talks about Arsenal. I've seen his portfolio here and there, mostly when he's talking about Arsenal doing quite well. And then I started seeing him doing shows with one of the guys I do respect, in this field. And of course, I've worked with this brother. You guys know, and he's a personal friend of mine. I'm talking of Bands, of course. You guys know he recently rebranded his channel to Waffle TV, of which there's nothing waffle about that channel. It's a real, absolute real one. I speak up to him. That's my brother any day, anytime, man. See ya, guys. I want you guys to welcome this brother. Yeah, guys, you guys are still experiencing speak. Yeah, see, man, views on sport, my brother. Talk to these people, man. Talk to these
Thank
people,
you,
man.
man.
It's
Thank
nice to
you.
have you on the channel, my brother,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Enough
Thank
love,
you
man.
so much.
He's
Thank you
welcome
so
here.
much,
Pop,
bro.
pop, 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 pop.
Thank you so
Bro,
much.
bro, bro.
Honestly, man. I was just telling you off stream. I was watching the Red Divide. Great show, great energy. Thank you for having me, bro. It's a pleasure, and obviously big up Waffle, the man behind the scenes. To get me, Tony Claude is good people. So you want to work with good people. You want to talk good Arsenal content. Make sure you jump on with Tony Claude. So all the people in the chat, anyone watching on the playback, make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do the right thing. You know what I mean? We're going to talk some Arsenal today, man. But thank you for having me, man, each and every time.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, Views on Sports, man. It's just nice to have you down here. And of course, our brother Bands definitely will be watching somewhere down there. Big up to him. Definitely one of these days he will come join me and you on a show where three of us can be able to talk Arsenal. But right now we have big problems, Views on Sport. We have real issues, man. I mean, Jay-Z once said he has 99 problems, but brother, man, Arsenal, bro. But right now, Arsenal has up to 1 million problems, bro. But you know what? Yeah, let's pick it one by one. Let's go straight into the pot. Yeah, Arsenal linked to Sesko. We've been linked to every striker across Europe right now, my brother, man. And see, I'll just give you footnotes to this Views in Sport, man. The Manchester United matchup and the Newcastle matchup, Arsenal had 49 goal attempts. 49. Do you know how many goals we scored in those two games? Just one. And 49 goal attempts. That's, bro, 40. Bro, let that simmer. 49 goal attempts and just one goal. I mean, bro, it's not, it's not something out of a spaceship, yeah, that we have a striking problem at Arsenal. Now, Arsenal has been linked to a guy, 6 foot plus, Slovenian international, 21-year-old, who plays for RB Leipzig, Sesko. Views on sport. Talk to me about this guy. Do you want this guy to be the guy that will come in and replace Kai Havertz as our number 9? Is this the guy to take us to the promised land? Is this the guy to come in and score 20, 25 plus goals in a season to hand us the trophy? Is this the guy we should be going for?
Not in my opinion. Not in my humble opinion, But the club really want this guy. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Big up all the people in the chat. The club really want this guy. I was playing FIFA the other day, and I played against Arsenal, and Sesko was up front. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, maybe this, maybe this transfer is written in the stars, my bro. Maybe it is.
Maybe the stars are aligning.
Yeah, maybe the stars are lined up because maybe Arteta's told everyone behind the scenes in football, Benjamin Sesko's, he's the guy. Now, before, if you would have told me, maybe a couple of seasons ago, there's a promising young guy. He plays in Germany. He's this height. He's got an okay shot. He's pretty fast. you know, for someone that tall, I would have been like, okay, okay, you know, but we need a marquee striker. A marquee striker, my bro. That's what we need at this point in time. We've been needing it since we let go of Aubameyang, okay? And we haven't addressed that. I think you said it, you know, the whole world and their nan knows we need a striker. So for me, you know, you just got to look at the language, my bro. They said for Benjamin Sesko, all the groundwork has been done. You know, we're ready to strike, things like that. When they talk about Gyökeres, when they talk about Isak, they say too expensive, unproven. Not with Isak, because Isak's in the Premier League, so they say he's too expensive. You know, they say he's injury prone. But when they talk about Gyökeres, they say he's unproven because he's in Portugal. Now, for me, you know, you could ask anyone in football, you know, who's your top 5 strikers, and I'm pretty sure Gyökeres will be up there in there. You know, but you know, the club is doing what they usually do, and it's kind of like it's very underwhelming. However, I will say this: if you want Benjamin Sesko, go out and get it done. You know, go out and get it done. I'm seeing today West Ham putting a 50+ million bid down for John Duran, someone who was
for John Duran.
John
Exactly,
Duran, bro. John Duran,
bro. 51 million pounds, easy. You won't hear a noise. But
easy.
Arsenal, we keep haggling in the transfer window, and we need strikers there.
And we need
Bro,
strikers,
it's not making sense.
It's not making any sense. But the club is so hell bent on getting the Sesko guy that it just seems like he's the only target out there. You know, once Arteta's made his mind up, that's it. You know, there's no convincing him otherwise. So for me to kind of round it up, I don't think he is the guy. I don't know too much about him. What I will say though is, if you want him, then go and get him. Stop messing about. You know, that's what I will say.
I mean, this season, Sesko has scored 8 goals, with 2 assists. The season before that's last season, he scored about 16 goals and about 4 assists. I'm just talking of in its entirety in the German Bundesliga. The season before, he scored about 14 goals or something like that. His numbers aren't that bad. It's a 6 foot plus, 6'5" to be very precise. He's tall, he's lanky enough. I mean, he can hold up play. I've seen him play. I like him. I've even seen him live play. You know, in a game I went to watch in Berlin at the time. In Munich at the time. Sorry. Yeah, he's a good player. I like the guy, and it's tall enough because, mind you, Arsenal have now gotten a newfound way of scoring goals, which is why they call us corner kick FC. I mean, he plays right into the hands. No, I'm serious. He plays right into the hands, into what Mikel Arteta would like, because when we're talking about bringing Gyökeres, bringing all the strikers. And then you understand that the manager that we have in this football club is a very, very sensitive manager. I mean, Views on Sport, we do know that there was a time we wanted to sign Ivan Toney. It was as good as done. It was just for Ivan Toney to just show up and everything goes well. But again, he had a sitting with this manager. The manager probably does think, maybe like the way Ivan Toney looked at him, or he didn't just like the vibe between him and Ivan Toney. I mean, this manager, we've seen that anyone that has any kind of sensitivity or is prone to, hey, I want to be a striker of my own, you know, I want to be the striker in my own skin or something like that. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like anyone challenging his authority. So when you say you bring all these strikers, it might not really fit into what Mikel Arteta, who is still our coach, as far as I'm concerned till now, it might not fit into what he wants. So how about going, Sesko fits into whatever you want. He could be that yes man. I've never seen him have a problem with his manager, RB Leipzig. His star is 6 foot plus, he can head balls. I mean, he could jump so high, he could hold up play, he could do everything. You know, and he's a good finisher. I do like him. But again, I'm not really sure if the Arsenal faithfuls are that sold up on him. Just like you now, you said you're not sold on him yet.
You know what?
Who are we sold on? Who are we sold on to right now that you think this manager really likes? Apart from Cunha, because we have to talk about Cunha.
Yeah. Apart from him, I would say nobody. You know, because when, you know, the fan base not so long ago was big up Abs in the building, big up Eros, big up all the people them. But yeah, sorry, let me get back to the point. So, the fan base was bang on Tony, as you said. The manager didn't really like him. I think they did have a meeting. Something must not have gone well. I call Arteta a little Napoleon, because he really does have this dictator gene in him, you know.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. But you know, the fans are talking about Gyökeres, the fans are talking about Isak. I don't think the manager wants any of those. So for me, forget about those. Just forget it. Let's forget it. I think the manager set on Sesko. He was last summer. You remember we went in for him, and apparently he said no because he didn't want to be behind Kai Havertz at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So this manager really wants this guy, and I'm like, all right, cool. If you want him, what is taking so long? You know, you've got it across the line with other players like Jesus and Zinchenko, players that I didn't know if they would really suit our team at the time. There was a stopgap. Fair play. So if you really want this guy, get him. I don't want him. Most of the fans don't want him. Some of the fans are coming around to the fact that, okay, we might have to end up with this guy. You know, what can he actually bring to the team? Now, Kai Havertz is what, 6'4", 6'5"? Why is he not on the end of all of these headers and stuff? You know, he's the one crossing the ball in. So you know, if he has to go and get Sesko just to have someone on the end of those crosses, then if that's your man, go and get him. That, you know, that's my main point of it. Forget what I want, forget what the fans want. If you want him, go and get him. You know, and it's sad that we never strike while the iron's hot, my bro. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly,
you know,
man. We're always haggling with the prices, haggling with even Zubimendi that it's already done. Arsenal is actually talking to Real Sociedad to ship out Kivior down there and to ship out who again were they talking about? One other player like that, Tomiyasu, to ship him in exchange for Zubimendi while giving them 25 million pounds. This football club is a disgrace. Bro, this is a disgrace. Bro, Zubimendi has already agreed to come, and now Arsenal have gone back down now to Russia, Sociedad, and are now telling them, "Hey, see, let's go on part exchange and let's give you cash plus 2 players that we have." Bro, I don't understand this.
Bro, and this ain't something new, you know. To be honest with you, I kind of really tapped out with the club in terms of doing big business in the transfer market when we was haggling over Suarez, bro. Like, we really needed Suarez, like someone of his ilk to be at the club. You know, a world-class player, and you're haggling, you know, 1 million here, a penny there. You know, this is something that isn't new. I'm probably a little bit older than you, my bro. I've been seeing this for a while. Do you know what I mean? So now I'm sitting back, you know, I had a little break recently. I'm thinking, you know, I had a bit of an epiphany, you know. We're just like a big business, my bro. We're not a big football club. We're a big business. When they told us we're leaving Highbury to go to the Emirates, you know, they never lied. We do compete with Bayern. We do compete with Real Madrid, just not on the pitch, you know, just not on the pitch. So, you know, and we have a little bit of divide in the fan base at the moment, my bro. Yeah, you have some people that are Arteta in, you have some people Arteta out, you have some people that blame the Cronkies. You have these, you know, these dispositions. Okay, it don't matter what disposition you have. Do you not agree that the squad needs help? Do you not agree that we are threadbare on the ground? You know, we got academy players on the bench.
These are basics, basically. These are the basics.
We came into the season short, you know. Mikel already said it. We're short, you know, and now we're even shorter. And
we have the smallest squad in the league. Make that make sense.
Make it make sense. That's been that I've been saying that in literally every one of my lives. Make it make sense, bro. You know, Nottingham Forest, they're in phase 5 as well, you know. Nottingham Forest are in phase 5 as well. Their phase 5, their phase 5 is getting to the Premiership and actually being in the title race, you know.
My days, bro.
That's their phase 5. Nottingham Forest.
That's the phase 5.
Yeah, Chris Wood still scoring goals. You know, you can look at their team, bro. You can look at their team. We don't even need to go through it. But apparently, they've made a bid for Wissa as well.
Yeah, they made a bid for Wissa, actually. And actually, they're also looking at Douglas Luiz to bring him from Juventus. Mind you, guys, in case you don't know, Douglas Luiz just left Aston Villa last season. You know, and he went down there to Juventus. He's not finding game time in Juventus. He's having a really hard time in Juventus. So he's looking for a pathway to come back to England. But talking about that, it's good you brought this thing about Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz always featured in the transfer rumors for us for the past 3, 4, 5 seasons. And Mikel Arteta, as I heard, really like this guy. Why not go for a
To get
player like
offers.
Douglas Luiz, who is
Yeah,
free in the market right now, to
bro,
just
bro,
go on to, oh God,
bro, Tony, Turkish said it perfectly, bro. This transfer window is delicious. I don't think I've ever seen a January like this with the amount of release clauses, free players, Dani Olmo,
everywhere,
everywhere, my
release
bro.
clauses everywhere, man.
Everywhere, bro.
It doesn't make
release the hounds.
sense.
Release the hounds, man. You know, release the hounds. Make
Release
it
the
make
hound,
sense, bro.
guys. Hashtag release the
Release
hound.
the hounds.
Release the
I'm
hound.
thinking 1 minute past 12. Yeah,
Hmm.
there should have been messages in the bottle. There should have been Morse code. There should have been smoke signals. There should have been
Yeah.
literally everything: plane, train, boat, car.
Hmm.
We need players. Saka was injured on the 21st of December, my guy. Saka, our only anyway, our only striker that anyone would even
Yeah.
want. You know,
You know what? Yeah. Look at this statement very, very clearly. The last statement on in the charts. Eve Ross, shout out Eve Ross. Jesus Christ, my brother. He says something. He says, buy a striker and play him as a goalkeeper. Good. Now, just throw that away. As if you didn't see that. Just throw that away. Now, I have Darren Sullivan here on the screen right now. Let's take a peep into what he said. It says here, yeah. Oh there. Here we go again. Tony, we are no further forward. When is the real issue going to get dealt with? Even a striker won't solve his mess. Uh, I mean, views on sports, man. I mean,
uncomfortable conversations, my bro.
you know what? Yeah, are we putting us? Are we putting us a square peg in a round hole
Round
right
hole.
now? Because right now we're asking for a striker. That's the predominant news out there, that Arsenal is looking for a striker. But
Yes.
deep down, deep within me and you, we do know that it's not just only a striker that can actually bail us out, which makes total sense with what
Mhm.
Eros is actually saying in
Mhm.
the perfect end of things, and which makes complete sense when you look at Darren's statement. It doesn't
Mhm.
just end with the striker; it
Mhm.
ends with the management, with the managers in-game management. I mean, look at
Mhm.
that game against Aston Villa.
My
Pure game
God.
management. An experienced manager who understands his onions, who understands the basics of football, would just go on a defensive show, that defend that 2-0 till thy kingdom come. Keep
Yeah.
that 2-0 win.
Yeah.
That's what he would do. There
That's
was
what he
no
did.
game management. We look at the substitution on the bench. You want to bring someone in. You're looking, I mean, you're staring at the dream, Raheem Sterling, the only one down there, bro. And you're looking at the bench. You're looking at, bro. I'm looking at Oreos, chickens down there on the bench, bro. Those guys will do nothing for us.
Nothing,
So
bro.
now, do you really think that this striker thing is really the thing that would actually liberate Arsenal? Let's say we go even. Let's say we splash the cash and go bring in a Gil Keres. Is that the end? Is that what will galvanize this football club to a league win? I mean, there's a lot of problem areas. We have
Mm.
that left wing problem where Trossard isn't excelling, where Martinelli has looked drab. Um, we do have Kai Havertz. Yes, is our highest goal scorer. Yes, he has scored 13 goals plus, but that won't take us anywhere. That won't win us the league. It's drab.
Mhm.
It's useless.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, we do have someone who we do pride ourselves. I mean, Arsenal fans do pride themselves in calling the creative spark in the football club, and that's Martin Odegaard. I mean, what has he sparked out here? He's done nothing. It's a
He has
chicken
done
drenching goat
absolutely
blood,
nothing.
bro. Talk to us. Is the striker problem the only thing
Um,
we have to deal with
no,
after we've talked about all this right now?
no, you're absolutely right, and you're absolutely right to bring that point up. The same as Darren Sullivan, big him up. The problems are much worse than that now, and they wouldn't have been even just a season ago. You know, even just a season
Mhm.
ago, it wouldn't have been this bad. But you have sat on your hands for 3 years. Okay, even two
Mhm.
years ago when we was 8 points in the lead of the Premiership, that's when we should have went and bolstered. Then. Okay, you didn't. All right. Then we got to January. You told us summer. We got to summer. We got Moreno. We took all summer to get Moreno and Calafiori, which are squad players at best, across the line. Now that isn't enough.
Yeah.
Now, forget all of that. Now, right now, as you said, is a striker enough to help galvanize this club? No. So after 5 years, it's like we need another rebuild. That's what it feels like to me, because the way that this manager is used in this team now. Look at the Aston Villa game. Forget about even the substitutions and stuff, right? Just look at the team he put out. Thomas Partey doesn't work at right back, bro. It just doesn't.
It's not possible.
It just doesn't work. And then we've got one centre back out, and we've got to switch so many different positions. What other managers does that, my guy?
And to be very sincere with you, Thomas Partey was predominantly, or presumably, our best midfielder at the start of the season. At least in the first, if I go by the first 10 games, easy. Thomas Partey was our best midfielder that we have in the football club. Why taking your best midfielder, putting him on the bench, hacking him off in games that are very, very important and pivotal to our season, and tucking him in at right back position? It doesn't complete. See, there is no complete sense in doing that.
It doesn't make any sense. That's what you're saying. So his in-game management has been terrible this year. So even when I try and strip back everything, so just to answer your question, no. In my honest belief, we need at minimum 4 players this window. I don't think we're ever going to do that. But look at Man City. That's what a big club does. They get Marmouche.
Yeah.
I am so upset that this guy is not coming to our club, my guy. That is the kind of profile that we need. Why on earth?
Exactly.
Why on earth? Whatever Man City do, they've went and got another young centre back as well, Race. I think he's 29 million, bro.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this guy. I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? But one thing I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm not even a Man City fan, okay? Right? Their talent ID is better than ours. Yeah. So whatever. So whatever they do, you can pretty sure it's not really going to be a waste of money. Even what they done in the summer past, they bought Savio, who's someone that we could have done with. They brought Gundo back. Now, okay, fair play. Gundo hasn't worked. He's been a bit lethargic this season. However, just on the basis of that, they had a better window than we did, really. So,
definitely.
So yeah, the problem doesn't end with a striker. We need a left wing, as you said. We need cover for Saka. No one should be so comfortable as Saka. We need cover for Odegaard, and if we're not going to use Wanyeri as that cover, then buy somebody.
Exactly.
We still haven't got a proper left back, my bro. The only proper left back we got, we're trying to ship out to Celtic. Now I understand he's very injury prone. I understand that, but him as a player, I like him, bro. He's our only proper left back. So just to kind of end it and let you come back in. No, my guy. We need more than a striker. We need a few players now. And after 5 years and that money spent, it's not good enough, is it?
It's diabolical at best. I mean, but again, views. Yeah. See, look at the psyche through which the management and this manager has taken us through. Now we're now talking about cover for places, and this manager, to the best of my knowledge, he's more of a reactionary manager. Even in his tactics, he's more reactionary than never proactive. You should be proactive. So talking from a proactive standpoint, how about, rather than talking about cover for players, how about talk about competition for places? Now, that's how proactive people actually, let me don't say proactive people, maybe that's how proactive managers, who are at the helms of affairs at big club, mostly like a big club like Arsenal Football Club. You need a very, very proactive kind of manager to actually think towards the future. Think about how to get the best out of certain players. Maybe if one isn't just really sinking in line with what you really determine is the mark of what you want to achieve, then you have another quality player who's down there waiting down the line to just come in and gazon that position. And that's why I think that we're having a bigger, mighty problem with what's happening down there in our left wing position. Look at Gabriel Martinelli. He hasn't improved in any way. But again, if you say he hasn't improved in any way, who do you have there that he's to look up to and say, you know what, yeah, this guy, yeah, I wanna take this guy's position. There's no one there.
There's none of that.
Time and time without number, Martinelli has thrown up stinkers in this football club since the start of the season to date. Stinkers. Him and Trossard. And he's looking at the bench and he's looking at Trossard and he's saying, you know what, yeah, even Trossard, man, I've scored more goals than Trossard this season. Bro, I'm an untouchable by here.
And that, as you said, I think it's the culture, man.
If shit hits the fan, I'm gonna be the one playing at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So even when we're talking about cover, you're absolutely right. We need to, and that's the mindset that they've beaten into us. You know,
exactly the mindset of cover.
Yeah, cover.
How about being proactive? How about competition for places?
Competition. Yeah. Saka
Oh my days, bro.
He's the most comfortable footballer in the world. The same for Odegaard. He can throw up stinker after stinker and still.
Oh my days, bro.
Because we don't have any choice. So I'm starting to really think now, you know, what's going on at this club, you know, from top to bottom. What is going on at this club? And I'll say this again, right? Just quickly before I let you come back in. No matter what disposition you are, no matter what you think has gone wrong, yes, we're unfortunate with decisions and injuries and stuff, but when you've got this manager constantly setting us up in a bad way, you're setting us up to fail. Yeah. When you take Timber out of right back, we've got no overlap. Okay. Yeah. When you take our best midfielder out of midfield, he's got no legs and we've got no impetus in the midfield. Then the strikers are having to come out wide because there's no overlap anymore. So you fundamentally change how we play, my bro. So he is setting us up to fail before anything's happened. You know, before
exactly.
So I think a lot of the mess this season, a lot of the slump you see us in this season, a lot of it can be pointed at the manager, you know?
Bro, it's not a lot. Everything has to be pointed at the manager. I mean, see, bro. I mean, we've given this manager about, bro, the right calculation. It's about 750 million pounds, but we'll round it up to 800. I mean, check out some of all these loan deals we've dashed out to people. I mean, look at Fabio Vieira, $40 million, and that guy has been shipped down there to Porto, where he came from in the first place. Bro, Sambi Lokonga can be coming back to the football club by the end of
Nelson,
bro, man. See, bro, this manager, bro, these are sackable offenses. This manager has committed crimes against Arsenal fans. Bro, serious crimes. 800 million pounds spent and we don't have a striker.
Yeah,
we don't have a striker that will give us 20-25 goals. And Manchester City, who have a prolific striker already, have just resigned the beast. Yeah, they've just resigned the beast to a slavish contract for 10 more years, 10 more seasons. And they've gone to even see, views. This is what I was talking about, being proactive. They are even more proactive in going to go and get this Mamouche guy we were talking about from the German Bundesliga. That is proactiveness. Their backs are not against the wall. It's proactiveness.
That's what a big club looks like, my bro. You know,
that's what a big club do.
That's what
we're not doing it.
We're not doing it, bro. So I'm really just trying to come to terms with, you know, do the people in charge of this club really care about it? And time and time.
No, they only care about top four. They only care about top four.
Right. Time and time again, we are shown live in the flesh that they do not care. There is no way we should be 20 plus days into January with the squad that we've got, with all the injuries, regardless of whether you plan to do that or not before. This is the situation we're in now. And a lot of fans say, don't even give Arteta any more money. He wastes it. And I can't even argue with that. However, the team needs help. If we do nothing, I really feel that we could even struggle to get in the top four this season, just with how we're playing, because that's another thing that's on the manager. You have brought us backwards, my bro. Just last season, the end of last year, we wasn't playing like this. Now I look at the team and I don't recognize anybody, Tony.
We look drab. We look poorer.
Bro,
we've digressed.
We've fallen off of a cliff, you know?
We've fallen off the cliff, bro. Bro, the wheels are falling off. The wheels are falling off. The wheels are falling off. We're just struggling. We're just crawling. We're just prowling. You know, and it's not sustainable. See, views, man. Just today I was looking at I was looking at the training ground pictures and the training ground videos that are out. Calafiori is back into the team setup. Waneri Ethan is back into the setup. I mean, what does this do for the team? And do you think this will kind of like affect the mindset of the Arsenal board? Because this board are very fickle minded. They think small. As in, they're small minded people.
Yeah.
They have no bro. No stars can align with these guys. These guys, they think so small. Will have a small mentality in terms of like bro. Who are the people in charge? So today I saw Calafiori. He's back. Yeah, he's running. He looks okay. We have one area. He's back. He's running. He looks okay. They all welcomed him to Funfair. At the Sober Reality Center. Do you think this would affect what we do need in terms of other options in other positions in the team? Do you think it's going to affect the mindset of what Mikel Arteta will say? Hey, okay. We don't need this. We need only this. Do you think he would say, okay, one area is back now. We don't need that guy to come and help us out in that right wing because Saka might be coming back a little bit after match, so we can actually make use of one area and overuse the kid on that right-hand side. But now Calafiori is back. We don't need to go, shuffle things, But what do you think, man? What do you think? Do you think it stays the same, only one target striker, rather than multiple positions in the team?
It's a great point. It's a great point you make, and this is typical Arsenal, my guy. This is typical Arsenal. I've been around long enough to see it. So injured players come back, and there's the famous initials, LANS, which is like a new signing. Okay, this is basically what we're gonna get. So now that Calafiori's back, Waneri's back in training. There was
like a new signing. Oh my days, bro!
Signing, right? Now, I've been around long enough to know that.
Horse. Bro, let that simmer. See you guys in the let that simmer, bro. Let that simmer, bro. Like a new signing. How many times have you guys heard that, man? Like a new signing.
Through the Wenger era, that was famous. That was famous, bro.
It's famous, bro. So this like a new signing. It hurts.
So this is something we've been doing for a long time. So it's a great point. I think you're absolutely right. I think it will affect what we do in the transfer market. And I think, if we do anything in the transfer market, it will be very late and it will be very desperate, in my opinion, because of this. Saliba's not far back either. He's maybe a week or two away,
Yeah.
And I think you're absolutely right. Arteta will look at it, and it does make me ask different questions as well. Has he been told that you ain't going to get a lot of money this year? Because I was watching Curtis Shaw. Big up Curtis Shaw. He had
big up to Curtis Shaw. It's a real one.
He's a real one. He is. He had some guy Ben something or the other. He's someone that's kind of close to the club. Okay. He had him on his show, and he said on one of his lives when they were speaking off air that this Ben guy was saying, Arsenal will probably pay him back a lot of the transfers that we made last year, okay, this year, because we don't actually pay the full money up front. We pay, say, 40 million. Yeah, let that sink in, because if you're asking who runs this club, I think they work Ronald McDonald, my bro. They must work in McDonald's, bro. Who runs this club? The amount of money that we've given away. We gave Aubameyang away. We just let players go on a free.
We just let players go.
We just let players go. And then we do these deals where we're paying off. And so if you know that you're going to do a big deal 1 year, but it's going to cripple you for the next 2 or 3, then why do that deal? So there's so many questions that need to be asked from the top to the bottom at this club. Who's running it? Make it make sense all over. The business decisions. And the business acumen of these guys, because we just wasting money. All of that you just said, right? And we still ain't got a left back. Calafiori's there, but he's a centre back, bro. Calafiori's a centre back. And if he is fit enough to play, please just put him into centre back alongside Gabriel. Leave Timber at right back. Leave Skelly.
Exactly. Leave Timber right back. But
You know,
this manager will be so stubborn. He's gonna tuck Thomas Partey in that right back position, and we're square one, back
back to
to the
square
big
one.
problem,
Do you
back
think
to
Thomas
square one.
Partey wants to play it right back?
No, man, no. He's the one putting him there. He's the one. He has to be the one, bro. Bro, even he has to be the one. I
He's the
mean,
one.
Thomas Partey, even in all his sojourn down there, I mean, views. I mean, you actually alluded to the fact that probably maybe you're older than me. I think not. I think maybe we might be the same age or so. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I have a
okay,
small look, but I'm not really
okay.
like I'm a geezer somehow. But
Yeah,
anyway, we'll
yeah.
leave all that. But if I remember when he was playing at Atletico Madrid, he never even played at that right back position at all. He never played there. Of course, he can play that. It's part of his wheelhouse as a defender, as a deep line CDM. He can actually, it could be malleable to do
Yeah,
such things.
yeah,
But he didn't even really play. He didn't play at right back position ever.
no,
I've not seen
no.
him there.
And
Never.
when he's
It's only at this football club.
only
And look
at
at
this
the
football
mess.
club, and look at the mess. How old is he now?
Look at the mess.
31. How old is he? 31 now.
Yeah, 31.
And you're asking him to play right back and do recovery runs and
It's shocking.
it's shocking, bro. It's shocking. And the thing is, it's not just for one game only. We know the moment any centre back comes out, or if Timber's not fit enough to play right back, we know who's going to go in there, and that is really that's a
Hmm.
fundamental problem, my bro. Honestly, you're asking him
Yeah.
at 31 to do recovery runs, to overlap. That's why we don't get any overlaps, he
Hmm.
always does this, Tony. Why does he buy a centre back? You bought Ben White a centre back to play at right back, You bought Calafiori a centre back to play at left back. Why does he do this, my bro? I'm surprised we haven't seen Raya up front. You know what I mean?
And even my problem is with this manager also is that he's so hell bent on bringing in defensive reinforcement rather than any offensive player to help the team. I
Yeah.
mean, at the time this season, when I looked at our bench, I was seeing up to nearly about 4, 5 left and right backs in our team, rather than any attacking
Nothing.
talent
Nothing.
down there. Bro, I looked at our team, and the only person that was coming off the bench as an attacker was
Make
Raheem
the
the Dream
Sterling.
Sterling. Bro,
Bro,
it doesn't make sense.
I call
It
him
does.
Mr. Sterling, bro.
I'm all up for this defensive unity, defensive harmony, keeping it, showing it at the back. Yeah, I really want that. I really want Arsenal to maintain that position of the best defensive side. I do like it because I do think that the defense is the bedrock of any team going into any going into any league title chase or whatever. You need to get your defense sorted out. I get
Yeah,
that, but
yeah,
I mean, it shouldn't be at the detriment of other sides that are also very pertinent in order for you to win the league. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
bro, only Sterling off the bench.
That is
Make
dirty.
that make sense,
And the thing is,
bro. And
us,
even the Sterling is
yeah.
washed up
Oh my
reject from
god.
Chelsea,
Oh my god.
bro.
Oh my god.
Why do we keep doing this?
Why?
After
Why?
reject,
Why?
bro. And
You won't
today,
be
I heard
surprised
we're
when we
being
get
linked
Rashford.
with Alexandra Lacazette today, bro. I saw that in the news today, but I'll keep my mouth shut. I don't want to talk about that, but I saw
Oh
that in the
man.
news today, man.
Oh man, exactly. But no, no, no. I do not want to be hearing anything about Rashford either, because his AC Milan move is kind of in disrepute at the moment. I don't want to hear anything about why do we do this, bro. That is a great question. And let me ask you this, my bro. Let me ask you this, because I'm with you. I'm with you. I fully agree that you need to build your bedrock off the defense. Okay, we tried to go. We tried to go gung ho a couple seasons ago. I feel like he's still dealing with the PTSD from that, if I'm going to be honest with you. And
Mm,
ever since then, we've kind of gone backwards a little bit. But even last year, we had that attacking flair. We were bopping it
yeah,
about. We were scoring
yeah.
goals. This year, we're falling off a cliff. And I'm saying, look, if we are going to be pragmatic, I don't mind. But please be good at it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Why do we look nervous? I feel like the team is a living embodiment of this manager at the moment, because he looks on the sidelines panicked. We got Meg the Sterling, and you don't even want to play him. Now, bearing in mind, I don't think he's been any good. But why do you not play him? You know, you took off Martinelli.
Bro, I won't even be surprised that Sterling is injured. Bro, this manager doesn't know how to manage players. Don't be surprised that the reason he isn't even playing Sterling is because Sterling isn't even okay fitness-wise. I mean, it's no wonder. I mean, he lost. I mean, he wasn't even in contention a couple of weeks ago because he injured himself in training. He injured his knee in training. So how many of the players are actually, and again, that's even a more bigger testament into what we're actually facing right now. How many of the players are actually playing with
Through injury.
100% fitness levels right
I don't
now?
think many. I don't think many, my bro. I don't think many. And that's another thing. That's another thing that's on the manager. You're running these players in the ground. You know, I didn't think that Calafiori would be back so soon. The same as Wanyeri. Are they really thinking like
Exactly.
that?
Just trust them in, push them in.
Just
It doesn't make sense. It
because
just push them in. They
he
just
doesn't
come
have
and
any
push them
choice.
in.
Yeah. He doesn't have any choice. You know, he's really like, you know, battling on all fronts. However, this is the situation that the club has put themselves in. You know,
Mm.
this is by design. You've got rid of Reece Nelson, Nketiah, ESR, Vieira, Nuntavage. You've got rid of all these players.
Granit Xhaka, Aubameyang. We've not gotten replacement for these
Oh my
guys.
god! And not just that, but I'm
There
talking
is no
about last
replacement
summer.
for these guys.
I'm talking about last summer. We got rid of 4 players and we got 1 in. So how do you think, and every club as well, just before I let you come back in, every club would have been well aware that we've got more fixtures this year. There's going to be more in the Champions League, and we're going to have 3 international breaks in the winter period. Every club would have been aware of that. So it's on your clubs to prepare. And we haven't prepared, bro.
Yeah. Ross, yes, I saw it in the paper. I don't want to propagate that nonsense, but I saw it in the papers today, bro. Credible papers were carrying it today. And I heard that Arsenal, are looking at bringing back Lacazette back to the football club. But, bro, man, bro, I've seen a lot of shocking things, yeah, but oh, my days. And again, you can't deny that fact because Arsenal, to be very truthful with you, views, yeah, I don't think Arsenal would want to spend 70, 60 something million pounds in January.
No.
Historically, I can count how many times we've gone to sign in players for that amount in January. Can you remember? Can you tweak your memory and tell me any signings that we've done in January that's over 60 million pounds? Because that's the price they're quoting for Kuna, who was about 8. I mean, Wolves came out today and say, you know what? Yeah, we're slapping about an 80 million pounder on our player Kuna today.
Wow.
Sesko with 65 million pounds plus 5 million sign-on fee. That's what RB Leipzig is looking for. Can you remember? Dates back to any time that you could remember. Is there any time Arsenal have signed any player in the past 10 seasons in January
not for that kind
above
of money.
65 million pounds?
No, not for that kind of money. I remember, I think we got Arshiv in January, I believe.
But that's more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, but that weren't for no crazy money either. That's just, as you said, historically, that's something we do not do. So,
we do not do it.
We do not do. So for me, my
we
bro,
don't do it.
For me, my bro, I've really had to kind of sit back and just check my expectations because this club has allowed me to expect a league this year. When I look at our history and when I look at our club, like, we don't act like a big club ever. So
yeah,
so what I'm seeing is what I knew I was going to see. So now I'm thinking, let me just check my expectations because, we're not Man City. As you said, historically, we don't do stuff like that.
yeah,
Man City, I think, have rested on their laurels last summer. Okay, I keep saying it. I think the whole of the Premier League did, if I'm being honest. Maybe barring Chelsea, maybe barring West Ham because they was quite active. Okay,
yeah.
Man City's had injuries. They've had a bad start to the season. They've been ravaged with injuries just like we have. They've fallen off a little bit as well. What have they done, bro? Just off the back of winning 4 league titles in a row. What have they done, bro? What have they done? They've gone and signed
Exactly,
someone
man.
that would have been our marquee player, bro. That's what they've gone and done. They've gone and they've gone and got another couple of young defenders that are ripping up their leagues, that are highly respected, highly, high potential.
High
They've gone out and
potential. Yeah, exactly.
they've gone out and spent money, bro. They've got
Yeah.
150 odd million. Not only have they done that, they've, as you said, they went and got their gunman and put him on a death row contract, spending money, even with the 115 over the head, all of this other stuff.
And they're
And yet,
spending money, bro. They're spending money, even with the 1-1. Oh my God, what
bro,
a point you
let
just
that
brought
sink
in.
in.
Even with the one, oh, bro, let that
Let that
sink in.
sink in.
Let that sink in, guys. Even with the 115, oh my, bro, that was a punchline, brother. I mean, even with the 115 lingering on their heads, man, them, yeah, I see going to the market, yeah, and going to do the business out there. There's no fear. But with Arsenal, it's always a problem. We're always haggling with these prices.
Always.
We don't want to do any business. William Saliba, I mean, in the news, I mean, it's just nice, yeah, views that I could get you here to just, touch on all this. Bro, we've touched into different topics today already today. I mean, I, I got wind of this news about William Saliba that Real Madrid has already sounded out its representatives and are talking to him to leave the football club at the end of the season. When Real Madrid knocks, you of all people should know this. I mean, you know the history.
Yeah.
When Real Madrid knocks, it's the same thing like Barcelona. When FC Barcelona knocked on our door and told Fabregas, come back to the club, come. What did he say? He said the boy within him. The boy within them always. You remember that famous quote he said? He said the little boy in it.
The little boy
Bro,
within him.
as if that was not enough. You remembered when Manchester United came knocking on our door and
Van
they
Persie.
took Robert Van Persie.
Oh
He
my
also
God, the little
mentioned,
boy.
that,
Where's
the
the little
little
boy
boy
been at
in him.
before Arsenal?
Fabregas said the DNA of Barcelona is in me. Bro, what we see, Arsenal fans have these traumas. We have these scars that, that encircle us when these big clubs come to Arsenal to knock on the door. Maybe not to Arsenal directly, but maybe talk to the
To
representative
the
of our marquee
agents.
players.
Yeah.
And then I heard in this news report by the Daily Mail that Real Madrid have knocked on the door, not on Arsenal's door, because they've knocked on Arsenal's door. Arsenal have refuted this so many times. They've rejected them. But William Saliba, they've knocked on his door now directly. And I'm beginning to think that it's beginning to play with his psychology. And again, you could see with his gameplay in like 2-3 games, you're starting to see some,
Yeah.
some inconsistencies with his
Yeah.
play. Guys, you know what? Yeah, that might be mentally driven. Don't get that wrong. When Real
Bro.
Madrid starts calling, something
It's a
could happen.
different knock.
What do you think? Where's your head in all these things, man?
Well, we need to actually grow up as a club and act our wage, okay? Yeah, because we make too much money to be dealing with this mediocrity. I call Arsenal Football Club now a small club, big business, because that's what we are.
Mm,
We're so worried about varsity jackets and all this other stuff. However, we're not worried about wasting any of our time, our hard work, our money in building this squad. That, let's be honest, we should have won we should have won the league last year. If they would have just got a
yeah.
striker then, we would have won the league. If they would have got a striker or a couple of more pieces to the jigsaw in 22-23, we would have
Mm,
won the league then. So it's for our procrastination why we haven't got across the line, and our procrastination that's going to make us lose not only Saliba, my bro, but Salah's getting old at Liverpool as well.
mm,
Okay,
yeah.
Salah's
Yeah.
getting old at Liverpool. We're talking about the little boy and the players. I've heard come out of our star boy's mouth that Liverpool, you get me? Like, that's a team that he respects.
Mm.
That's a team that he respects. You know, so not only Saliba, but it could be Gabriel Magalhaes, it could be Saka.
Even bro, it could be soccer, bro. It could be soccer,
Yeah,
man.
and we haven't got
It
the
could be soccer, bro.
yeah,
He's not winning trophies yet. I
yeah,
mean, he could look at the mirror one day and, his girlfriend might tell him, you know what, man? See, man, don't you want to win trophies? Do you want
but
to
it's
be a loser?
it's cold in
Don't
London
you
as
want to
well.
win?
Like,
Don't you want to win trophies?
yeah,
Are you seriously telling me you don't want to carry trophies?
and as you
Bro,
said, it's a different knock. Real Madrid is a different knock. Okay, and they recently,
To
if you
di-
watch,
to
if
di-
you watch their transfer,
to different knock.
different knock, bro. If you watch their transfer
That
activity,
thinking
if you watch
a
their
different
transfer
knock, man.
activity, my bro, they haven't really been
Mm,
paying out big transfer fees. They wait until the player's free, and then they give them the
yeah,
bag. They give you
they
the
give
bag.
them the bag.
They give you
Exactly,
the
man.
keys to the
They give you the
apartment.
duffel bag, man. Straight
Yeah,
up.
they give you that
Mm,
straight up sign on fee, that duffel bag. Come over here, Galacticos, nice apartment. Play with Jude. Play with all these stars. It's a different knock, my guy. And I really
it's a
feel like,
different knock.
and sometimes I look at the team and I feel like, do they really buy into what Arteta's trying to lay down here?
Mm,
Sometimes I'm not sure. I mean, what do you think?
bro, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think they're buying it. And very soon, this manager, I think the center won't hold no more because when you don't win trophies, your big marquee players in the team will begin to look at the mirror and they'll begin to say, you know what? Yeah, we're not winning trophies. The, the manager is just, I mean, he's just clawing and trying to get a grip of the team, and you can see the wheels are falling. I mean, they've tried twice on replied without winning the trophy. I mean, it's getting to them. It's getting to
Hmm.
them. And
Hmm.
even this same manager came out last season, at the tail end of last season, and he said, "You know what? Yeah, I actually thought of actually
Leaving.
resigning from this job. I mean, that mentally, I mean, the players are
Great,
listening to these things and they're like,
yeah,
okay,
great point.
okay.
Great
So
point.
if he wanted to quit, why should I believe in this manager? You know, I could probably maybe go find something that would fulfill me the same way he wanted to go out and for a soul searching trip or whatsoever he wanted to go for. So they know that he's not totally locked in this
Hmm.
football club because
Hmm.
they know he would leave anytime soon, and that's why he's not
Bro,
signing contracts above 2 years, 2 seasons. They know it that
do
maybe
you
if he
know?
wins a major trophy, then he would not say, "Hey, I want to leave the football club" or something like that. They know it. They know it, and they know they do not want anything. They want
Yeah.
to. I mean, bro,
Have
man,
you
this
noticed?
manager would lose the dressing room. The wheels are
Oh man,
falling,
oh
and
man. I think certain
bro, the
players.
center can hold after this.
Yeah, I think certain players are already lost. I don't think Trossard wants to play here anymore. Okay, I look at Gabriel and say
Mm.
I think Gabriel should be our captain. I look at Odegaard. I'm just like, where's the effort? Do you know what I'm saying? I look at some of these players and I feel like some of them are not, some of them are not buying into what he's trying to sell. However, another question I want to pose to you, my friend.
No, no, but wait. In this same argument, wait, because you just said something important here.
Okay.
You said they're not buying into what the manager wants, but how, how about how many of the same players have improved under the manager? So is it now a player problem or a manager problem? What is it? Because under this manager, Martinelli has digressed. Under the same manager, Trossard had a shining light. I mean, all rainbows, yeah, bro. I mean, all rainbows came down to
Mm,
this football club. We've seen, yeah, it looks like a different player. He hasn't
mhm,
improved.
mhm,
Martin Odegaard, for me, he hasn't improved as a
mhm.
player. So now, do you think it boils down to the manager, or do you think if we have a different manager on board, do you think the same players that we're criticizing right now, that we're saying, oh, maybe they're not what they should be right now, they're not buying into this, they're not buying into, do you think a different manager will completely turn these players around? Just look at Nottingham Forest. A season ago, people would curse any manager down there. People will curse the players and say these players are good for nothing. They can't
Mhm.
buy into any managers' tactics, into any manager's idea, or into any manager's project because they're useless. But right here, right now, without
No, these players are that.
astronomical tweaks in
Mm,
that team. This season, under a new manager, Santo, they're looking completely different. Bro, they're challenging for the title.
they're challenging, bro. They're
So,
challenging,
to
bro.
what they're challenging for the title now? To what extent are we looking at these things and saying it's the players' fault or is it the manager's fault?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it lies more on the manager because I think these players are better than what we're actually seeing. I think we've seen that in the last 2 years. Now,
Mm,
I don't expect nothing to change. The one thing you can guarantee in life is change. Okay, so you can't
mm,
expect everything to stay the same. Man City's not going to get any better. You know, this Liverpool's not going to get any better. You know, it's pretty lackluster for our club to just think these
yeah,
same players. You know, they're not going to get any injuries. There's going to be no adverse. You know, anything bad going against us, basically. All right. So
yeah,
that's the bad thing. That's terrible to begin with. Then I got to think you have to look more at the manager than the players because of the system that he tries to set them up in, my bro. Yeah, it's
yeah,
constantly got worse and worse. 22-23, we was actually scary. We was actually playing great football. Yeah, and then last year we started off slow. Some people gave Arteta a hell of a lot of credit for that. Okay, they were like, "Yo, this is all by design. We're starting off slow,
yeah.
and then we had Dubai. Then we started really kicking on in this year. What can you say? You know, we're nearly in February, bro. You can't say it's a slow start anymore. The season's nearly done. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
So I
yeah,
do think it's the manager. I think it's the system. I think the team represents the manager. He embodies the team ethos. Like
he embodies the
they're
team.
yeah, they're cagey. They're nervous. And when you look at Arteta this year, he looks like he's aged, my bro. He don't look the same guy. He don't look the same guy. He is stressed, yeah. And maybe that comes with the 50 million a year contract. But that was the question I wanted to ask you. Because his
Mm,
whole attitude has now changed, Tony. His whole attitude has changed. Before it was maximize every window, you know,
yeah,
striving to do the
yeah.
best, do this, do that.
Mm.
Now it's internal solutions. And what do you think that he's now turned into a company man because of this new contract?
No, but again, you should also factor in into what he said just a couple of days ago. I mean, when we played our last game, and he said, "You know what? Yeah, I'm, I'm saying. I mean, when we lost against Manchester United, he said he loves these players. That's what he said. He said he loves these players. And then in the last game against Aston Villa, he said he won't blame any of all these players that we've played 3 games in about 6, 7 days or something like that. Necessarily telling the board or firing warning shots to the board that hey, these players they need help. That we're playing with a short squad. We're
Mm-hmm.
playing with this, we're playing with that, and these players are being stretched to the limit. Now that makes me understand that this manager is beginning to turn on the board themselves. I mean, those are clear shots to the board themselves. But again, it's this same board that has given him £800 million to go spend, and he completely wasted, those funds. So, I mean, see, man, I think by the end of the season, this manager will resign. Maybe it might not even be from the board because the board is totally okay with what he's dishing out for them. Top four, bro, they're just interested in the money.
That's it.
They're not interested in winning trophies. Even when Stan Kroenke got the football club, he said he
He
didn't
said
buy the shares to win
to win
trophies.
trophies. Yeah,
He said it. I mean,
unbelievable.
it was so
He
clear about
he
that.
should have been hung and quartered right there and then. Do you see what I'm saying? What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? You know,
He said that. He
unbelievable.
said it
He
clearly.
said it. He
I'm
said
not
it.
here to win trophies.
He
I'm here
said
to
it.
maximize resources. And of course, man, when you're with the money and you have the power and you have the what without to get what you want. I mean, you want to maximize resources. You want what's best for your pocket. So, I mean,
Exactly.
it's not that winning trophies would be that hard, but I mean, he could not win trophies, get more money in the bag, and it's all good. So
That's
I think this manager has mentally checked out. You can see sometimes it's just looking at that dugout is completely clueless.
he
Like
looks
you
so
like you
clueless.
reference, he is aged a bit. The job has made him. He's in a sunken place right now, and I think that the pockets that were a bit flippant for him, giving him every amount of money he did need to go into the transfer window. They've been very generous with him, almost
Bro,
nearly £1 billion given to this
yeah,
guy, and it's
yeah,
off his lines. And
yeah.
right now, they don't want to give him. They don't want to pull out the checkbook because they're like looking like, oh,
Maybe you've spent too
we
much
gave this
already.
manager £800 million, and even the players he has bought aren't even worth that.
Yeah, maybe they
amount
don't
of
want to give
money
him
in the
anything.
transfer window right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're operating at a loss right now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're
Maybe they
beginning
don't
to
want to give him
tighten
money.
the strings right now,
Hmm.
and he's
That's a
looking and
great
he's like,
point.
oh my god,
And
no
that's a
sugar
great
daddy
point, though, my
pockets
bro.
again.
What do you
I mean,
what do you think? What do you think that we need to do, bro? Because I say on my lives all the time, it's like the Spider-Man meme. Everyone pointing at each
mm,
other, right? Because
yeah,
I think Arteta, as you said, maybe he's now taking shots at the board. Maybe the pressure. Big up Ian Woo, my brother. Maybe the
yeah.
pressure. Maybe the
Big up
pressure.
Ian Wu.
Big up, yeah. Maybe the pressure is getting to him because, as you said, he looks clueless. Yeah, right. So now
Yeah,
because even if you strip everything back and say the Cronkies are not good owners, well, they've given this manager the most money that any Arsenal manager has ever had, ever,
in
ever,
history,
ever,
in
ever, ever
history.
had in history. Okay, so you can't say that they've not backed the manager. I don't think that they're very ambitious. However, you can't say they've not. So when you strip it all back, you put it down to the decisions that Arteta and Edu has made. Okay, now
Yeah,
Edu has left the club, right? So everyone was blaming Edu at one point. He has now left the club, still getting paid by the way, but left the club. And now we're seeing that Arteta, with no one else around him, this is the kind of thing that he does. These are the decisions that he will make. He will put Timber in centre back. He will shuffle the whole team for one player. These are the kind of
yeah.
decisions he's making. His in-game management is terrible. Now there's nobody else to blame. There's no one else around him. You can't say the Cronkies have not backed him. So now you really have to look at him and say, well, look, bro, you've wasted all of this money.
Mm,
With the players we've got now, you should be getting a better tune out of these players. 100%.
mm.
100%. So I do blame the players as well. Go on, go on.
Views. Look at what Iconoclast posted here. He said Real Madrid job is up for grabs at the end of the season. Are you smelling what I'm smelling out here?
What the Rock is cooking. Are you smelling it? Are you smelling it? But let
Are
me tell
you
you this.
smelling what I'm smelling out here, man?
Let me
I
tell you this.
mean, in my job
How
is
much?
setting himself up for the Real Madrid post, and he might just quit Arsenal by the end of the season. I mean, he
I'm
did it
hearing
last
Javi
season, bro.
Alonso.
It's not like it's. I mean, it's not alien to think about that, man. He actually considered that last season.
I heard Javi Alonso's being considered for the Real Madrid job. But even still, when our owners gave Arteta his new contract on 15 million a year and made him the second or third highest paid manager in world football, I just asked you this: what has he done to get that? Was Real Madrid sniffing around for Arteta last year? Was Barcelona? Was Bayern Munich? You know,
Bro, there were reports that said that Real Madrid, Barcelona, bro, at the point PSG, bro, a host of football clubs want this guy. I'm talking
bro,
about Teta. Yeah, Real
bro,
Madrid wanted him.
bro.
To be sincere with you,
I never saw any of that. So for me, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why have we just rewarded this? Why are we just throwing money down the pan? If that's the case, then fair play. But I never saw anything. I just thought to myself, hold on, we've come second, runners up twice. It's good, but we haven't crossed the line. Why are you
yeah.
rewarding failure? That's what I thought. But if those clubs were in for him, then that's a different story because then you're trying to keep what you consider talent is. But before I let you go, one more thing, bro. What other club in world football are you able to come and have an apprenticeship at, live?
Only at Arsenal. Presumably only at Arsenal. Presumably only in this football club. I mean, even me, I was so shocked at his credentials. I never wanted him as our manager. When he came in, I was like, okay, let's just see what happens.
Yeah,
And the only reason why I said, okay, let's see what happens is because, I mean, he was a con guy to Pep, right? So I was like, okay, maybe he might just bring that kind of tiki-taka kind of football and bring it down to Arsenal because we were there at a time where we really needed to bring back the imprint of what we always knew Arsenal to be like, tiki-taka football,
yeah,
pass the
nice
ball
one.
around, hold on to the ball, win trophies. And I said that, okay, good. Even if the best pick for me at the time was to either bring in an Enrique or to go bring in an Allegri. I was more for Allegri because
Allegri,
I
yeah,
knew that Allegri would sort of like fashion out a way defensively to help us out because we had shambolic defenders at the time. Brother, you could remember we had Mustafi,
Mustafi,
at
come
the
on,
back
bro.
for us, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro, man,
Stilassi,
it doesn't get horrible. Bro, Arsenal have had nightmares. We've had lots of nightmares, but my brother, man, having Mustafi at the back was a genuine nightmare for me. I couldn't sleep as an Arsenal fan having such a player at the back, bro.
Yeah, I
So
checked out,
shocking, bro. Even bro, we had such, bro, lots of horrible defenders, at the
horrible,
football
bro.
club at the time. So I really thought that Allegro will come in, Italiano, he will come down, he would shape in whatever we have down there as any defensive resources, and also import his own defensive resources down, help us shore it up at the back and create lots of balance within the midfield. And definitely is a manager that has lots of contact. He's won Scudettos at the Italian
Mm,
Serie A.
mm,
Is an experienced manager. He would bring in reinforcements from Italiano. He might, and of course, he has extensive networks to other leagues. He might bring
course.
in players that really understand their
Coach.
onions, to the football club. But that didn't happen. And again, look, okay, good. Now that he has come, how many world-class players has Arsenal signed?
None.
None. We've not
None.
signed a world-class player because he
None.
doesn't have the CV to do that. You need to be an experienced manager
Exactly.
with an experienced network.
Exactly. Do you think?
And that's why I wanted Allegri in the first place, because
Do
he
you
has
think
the
he can
network, he's
even?
an experienced manager, and he understands more on how to shore up a defense. He knows the basics of football, and he has
Yes.
extensive network.
Yeah.
So these are the things, man.
Do you
Arteta
think,
can't
right?
even attract any world-class player.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to ask you. Forget about the money. Forget about whether the club's prepared to spend anything. That's another question. Could Arteta manage a world-class talent? That is another
Mm.
question that we have. You know,
Bro, even the ones that are not world class, he can't even manage them. I'm talking of Martinelli and Co. I mean, he's
Trossard.
run them down the drain. I
Yeah,
mean,
even Saka.
even fitness wise, bro, fitness wise, how many? Again, I keep asking, how many players in this team have been playing with injuries
Someone said it was the training
since the
ground.
start of the season? Bro,
Yeah,
I'm even thinking that Declan Rice is even playing with an injury.
no, still, because when did he have? When did he have time? When did he have time to heal his broken toe? He had 2 weeks off. What?
Ex-
Exactly, exactly,
exactly. And
exactly.
if you've noticed, his performance has dwindled over the season. He looks
Mm.
drab. He doesn't look like 100 million player. No, look at Declan Rice. Does he look like 100 million player to you
No, not
with the
at all.
way he's playing?
And then not just that, but on top of that, you're running the players into the ground, but you're also asking them to do different jobs every different
To do
week.
different jobs,
Yeah,
multitask. I mean,
bro.
there's no need. Even if I do think that Declan Rice, normally, I do think that Declan Rice is a box-to-box midfielder. I think it's in his wheelhouse to be your box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, we
But
saw it last year.
then why demand so much from him right now that we know that he's not 100%? Then let him just sit back and do the basics. Just sit him back rather than allow him to just roam about, because Declan Rice is everywhere but in the midfield. You could see him
Exactly.
up the pitch, you could see him taking corner kicks, you could see him even defending, because naturally Declan Rice was a natural centre back. He started as a
Yeah,
natural centre
yeah,
back.
of course, of course. So
That's
even
his
so,
role. That's what he plays. So whenever he plays in the midfield, his natural position to take most of the time is to go back and help
hold
in
down.
that
Yes,
centre back position when we're in
yes,
trouble. It's just a natural instinct.
yes,
Why
yes.
can't you put a stop to that? Tell him, hey, just situate
Bro,
yourself in the middle. Help
bro,
us out in the middle. That's what we
what's
want. You
going on?
stay there,
That's it, my bro. What is going
bro.
on?
This
Like,
manager is clueless.
what is
He
going on? You
doesn't
know,
understand.
you play Kai Havertz, you play Jesus, you play all these players in a certain position, and then yet you're seeing our 6'5" striker crossing the ball in to nobody in the box. So surely someone must grab them and say all of these instructions. You see him doing, aerobics on the sidelines. All of these instructions, but the players don't ever listen to him. You're absolutely right, and that's another great point, right? About Declan Rice. He used to be a centre back, so why not even play him there? Why did you have to play
Bro,
Timber in there? So you're
bro,
you're fundamentally
the manager
setting
is
us up to
clueless.
fail. Yeah,
When Gabriel Jesus started scoring goals, he hacked
Havertz,
off Kai Havertz from the number 9 position, put him in where? Left centre mid, right?
left centre midfield. How much more
And
dangerous
allowed
can you
Gabriel
get?
Jesus to be playing in the number 9 role. So
Uh,
what does that show you? It shows he has no conviction. It
yeah,
shows he can't stick to a particular point. Like he likes shuffling and moving things around. And even if you to move things around, you have the transfer window to help you out with that, innit? You can go get what you need in terms of roaming players. What I mean by roaming alternative players is you you can get a player that could actually play multiple roles but can
Hmm.
do that efficiently,
Yep.
not playing the other role and is not efficient and playing the
Yeah.
other role and is efficient. No,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can get players that can play both roles but in a more efficient way, but he can't go. He doesn't understand these basics, and that's why
No.
I have a problem with this manager. We have Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League tomorrow. That'll be our final one. What do you think will be the? What's your prediction for that matchup? And how do you
Uh,
want to see us set up in that matchup? Just
I
before we go,
Yeah, no problem, man. Big up Hendon Gunner as well. Big up Waffle
big
TV,
up
man.
Eden,
Yeah,
Waffle TV,
yeah,
big
man.
ups.
Come on, man. Big up the guys, man. Each and every time. I'm not confident for the game. We are at home. I don't know. I don't know if that's kind of to our benefit nowadays because I feel like we kind of play nervously at home as well. Um, but as you said, Wanyeri training today, Calafiori training today. If if
Mm,
if if at least Calafiori's fit to play, I want to see us setting up with him, taking Saliba's place alongside Gabriel Magalhaes. I want to
yeah,
see Timber at right back and Skelly left back. Um,
yeah.
I'd like to see a midfield of Partey, Rice, and Moreno. But for once, for me, I would stop messing around with Partey and I would keep Partey more centrally and I'd play. Sorry, not Partey. I'd keep Rice more centrally and I'd play Partey out on the left, still in the midfield, but just a little something different. And Odegaard, of course, on his right hand side. And then up front, we don't have a choice. I mean, if Wanyeri is fit, then maybe I'd give him a run out on the right. Trossard
So
left.
wait, wait. Pause. Prof. Views. So you're willing to trust Waneri into the firing line immediately, out from the frying pan, quickly into another frying pan with burning oil, quickly, without allowing. Oh my days,
I
bro.
mean, that has
We're
been
cooked in this football club. We
that has
cooked,
been
bro. We
yeah,
cooked,
that has
bro.
been our
I
problem. That has
mean,
been our
he's
problem.
just coming from injury and then
Yeah.
we push him. Oh my
No, no,
days,
no, no. You're absolutely right. That has been our problem. But what choice do we have?
bro.
What choice do we have? I mean, Martinelli, I mean, if he's on the bench, then maybe it's an option to bring off the bench. It's a good point. However, if he ain't fit enough to play, then don't put him on the bench, in my opinion. And I'll say that for any player, whether that's Odegaard, Jesus, Sterling, any player. If they're not fit enough to play, do not put them on the bench because we don't have any options. There was guys sitting on the bench. I didn't even know there was a Maldini that played for the club, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
But he's sitting
yeah.
on our bench against Aston Villa. So we are as you said, we are cooked because we're in such a bad position. We can't even afford to take time and bring these guys back slowly. If he is fit to play, we could do with his creativity because we are really lacking at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
So, but
yeah.
that's a very good point. That's a very good point. You're right. We are in a bad position because we do have to worry about is Arteta rushing these guys back? Is it going to be then detrimental? Is he then going to be out for the rest of the season? So it's catch 22, my bro. It's catch 22. Do you know what I mean?
So, what's your prediction for the matchup Arsenal versus Dinamo Zagreb? And also remember, views. Yeah, if Arsenal win this matchup against Dinamo Zagreb, they're not such a big threat, but it's a threat we should take very, very seriously because as we've seen in the Champions League, anything can happen.
Of
Monaco had just
course,
gone 1-0 up against Aston Villa. Anything can happen.
of course,
Arsenal
of
is
course.
such in a good driving seat right now in the Champions League. Our form has been imperious in the Champions League. Yeah, we've been winning games and blitzing these teams left, right, and center. But that's in the Champions League, and rightfully so. We should be at that point right now because we put in work in the Champions League. So if we beat the Dinamo Zagreb, we'll be up down there with 16 points because right now we're in 13 points. That extra 3 points, 16 points. That almost guarantees us entrance into the second, into the next round of the
Mhm.
Champions League. Do you fancy our chances of creating any big, huge surprises in the Champions League this season? And apart from that, what's your big prediction for the game against Dinamo Zagreb?
Dinamo Zagreb. I predicted on my channel 2-1.
Okay.
I predicted 2-1. I actually think the game's going to be 1-0 or a 1-1, but I can't ever predict a
Do
draw.
you respect Dinamo Zagreb in any way? Do you
Of course, the
respect
way
them
we,
as a team?
of course, the way we're playing right now, I have to respect them. Okay,
Mm,
if we was playing a little bit like what we was last season, then maybe I wouldn't have so much respect on their name. But how we're playing right now, I have to respect them, my bro. But as you said, it's a massive 3 points. If we can get this 3 points, then it more or less certifies us into the next round, and then
yeah,
and then we can actually start to try and get some of the players. But it also depends on what we do in this window in the last few days, because we're basically, we've got maybe 13 days left of the window. Um,
yeah,
but the Champions League is a cup competition, so anything can happen. Do I think we're gonna go far in it? Not particularly, but it really does depend on our draw. But it is important tomorrow. The guys still have to turn up. As you said, it's a massive 3 points. We have to get these 3 points. But I predicted 2-1. I think we
yeah,
are going to concede just because how we're playing. But
yeah,
I think but I think we'll win the game 2-1. And it just depends on our draw. If we get a good draw, you never know. You never know. But as it stands at this point in time, watching us play, watching how Arteta's managing the games, I think the Champions League could be big trouble for us in the later stages. But it's good to get there, of
yeah.
course.
See, man, you know what? Yeah, from the game against Newcastle, we were to have definitely 5 straight home games. This Dinamo Zagreb should be the third straight game we should be having at home, right? We
Yeah,
played Newcastle, we played Manchester United, we played
Dave Villa.
Aston Villa,
Mhm.
and we've not won any of those games. Now, if we do play Dinamo Zagreb and we get a draw and we don't win, that's 4 games in a row at home with no win. Bro, man, that'll be brutal,
Bro,
bro. And
and
again, if we go play
people are
Wolves
telling me
and
everything's
we don't
okay,
win against Wolves, that's 5 straight games with no wins at home.
and then we've got Man City as well coming
And
up.
then we got Man City as well after that.
So
Bro,
it could, bro, we could be cooked, bro. And people are saying that everything's all right. You're second. Why are you complaining? I'm like, bro, everything is not all right. You know what I mean? You know, I'm trying to be positive, and maybe I can be positive in the fact that our club is just kind of prolific overachievers. You know, and there's nothing we can do. So we just have to go along with the ride. We just have to go along with the ride, bro. I don't think we're going to do much in the Champions League, but obviously it's good to be in the position we're in. You never know. It's a cup game. As Ian said, it's down to our players to go to the last minute. And the players that we've got, they're better than this, my bro. They're better than this. As you said, Man United, Newcastle, Aston Villa.
bro,
No wins,
Aston
bro. Like
Villa,
they're better than this, my bro.
Manchester United.
The
That's the
worst Man
worst
United
Manchester
team.
United squad in 63 seasons, in 63 years.
And I knew that was going to
That's
happen.
the
I said to Abs,
worst Manchester United team
I
in
said to Abs,
63 years.
yes, bro. I said to
This
Abs,
same Manchester United squad was beaten black and blue by Brighton just
by
this past
Brighton.
week.
Yes,
What are
yes.
we talking about? This
Take
is
it
the
in, bro.
Manchester United team that were one down.
Let it sink in,
Bro,
bro.
man, bro.
Let it sink
I
in.
mean, I mean,
When
this
everyone
is
calls us
not good enough,
bottlers,
man.
when everyone calls
Shout
us
out to Ellie
bottlers,
Doors TV, man. Big ups to you, man.
when everyone calls us bottlers, I can't even argue no more. I can't
I
argue no
can't
more.
argue no more. We're
I can't
butlers,
argue
bro.
no more.
No, at this point, we're butlers. See, we have to agree to that fact before I'll fight it out. But,
No,
bro, check it
no
out.
more.
We're butlers.
We're
We
bottlers,
have.
bro.
We bottled the FA Cup. We're bottling the Carabao Cup. I mean, if we get into the next phase of the Champions League, likely we'll bottle that too. I mean, we
Likely.
already bottled jobs in the league already. Bro, it's
Yeah,
finished.
yeah,
Season end.
yeah,
Bro, we're bottled jobs. So we have to
yeah,
accept that fact.
yeah. Have to
You know,
accept.
we can lie to all these people, but me and you as Gunner fans, we do know it. You know,
We
we've
know it,
bottled it.
bro. Yeah,
We
we've
know
bottled
it.
it.
We know the truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We know the
we've
truth.
bottled it. But see, just before just before we go views, because I like your views already, man. I'm already messing around with your views, because I, bro, man, you got the answers. I mean, Kanye said, you ain't got the answers, but you have the answers, my brother, man.
Well, we
Because I'm
try, we
liking the
try.
answers you're giving to me. We go to face Newcastle after that matchup against Wolves. We go down there to Northumberland. We go to St James Park. to go overturn a 2-0 deficit that we had in our home at the carpet. I saw Bournemouth last weekend go down there to Northumberland, yeah,
and
and put it on Newcastle. Mess these people up.
mess them
Gave
up.
Newcastle, bro. I can't remember. I've been following Newcastle for a long time. I can't remember the last time a team beat them for something in
Oh,
St. James Park.
St
I mean, they've
James's,
been very, very shambolic at times, but bro,
but
I can't
not
remember.
like that.
Not like
Not
that.
like that.
I can't remember it. I mean, it would date back to 20 years before they've been beaten with that amount of goals, 4 goals.
And they
I
just
don't
shown
think
us,
so.
and they've just gone and shown us how to do it because we've been there for 2 years in a row,
Exactly. That's
and we've
what
had
I'm saying.
like 2 shots on target, my bro.
Bro, that's my question to you. Do you think that right now that Bournemouth has already shown Arsenal, hey, see, it's simple, it's easy, attack, 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 be on their necks, don't, crowd out the creative players, muscle Isaac, make sure that Bruno Guimaraes, your creative spark is put on a leash, and it's all gone. It's all gone. And
Gone.
Clive got a hat trick in that game. Bro, see, man, do you think Arsenal can go down there to St. James Park and overturn a 2-0 deficit? I mean, and Arsenal should be going down there with all the chest because, I mean, we're already out of the FA Cup. We've seen that we cannot capitalize anytime Liverpool drop points this season. Every
Once.
time they've dropped points, we've wasted and wallowed that opportunity away. Liverpool have run away with this title, so we should
Yeah.
say, "Hey, Liverpool, you've won it, no problem." So that makes us understand that Arsenal is only vying for one title because, I mean, views, me and you, I mean, we're real ones, man. We can't dream of a Champions League. We know
Can
that's too
dream.
far. Not with this shitty team.
Not
I mean, but Carabao Cup is within our grasp. Do, do you think the players will be going down there to St James Park with a vexed attitude, thinking that you know what, yeah, let's go reclaim one towers. We can be in it to win it.
uh, in a nutshell, I hope so. That's about as positive as I can get. Because I said to Abs, big up Waffle TV. I said to him that
Big up, shout out
Newcastle,
Waffle TV. That's
yeah,
our guy.
yeah, every time. I said to him, Newcastle were going to come to the Emirates on a cold night, okay, in the winter, and they are going to be more up for it than we are. That's what I said to him before we even kicked a ball, okay. They got early doors football
Mm.
as well, man. Go
Big up
subscribe.
Ellie Doors.
Before ball was kicked, I said Newcastle are going to be more up for it. Now, if you remember, Tony, there was this rumor that Arsenal had so-called taken up the dark arts. There was a rumor that Arsenal were all of a sudden we had fridges in the midfield that we're so strong. We go
Mm.
and battle players and battle teams and put in all of these dark art challenges and this, that, and the other. Well, no, because what Newcastle showed, you come to the Emirates. Look at Odegaard, for instance. Any type of muscle on him, he's out of the game.
Exactly. Is out of the
Yeah,
game.
you're out of the game.
It
You're out of
also
the
will
game. So do I
ghost.
believe? Yes, Ghost. So it's possible that we can go there and do something, but is it likely? That's what I say on my channel all the time. It's possible, but is it likely? No. In my opinion, not with this team. And that kills me because the Carabao Cup was our best chance of showing armpits this season. And I was saying,
It
please
was
take
our
it
best
seriously.
chance.
Please take it
Mm.
seriously. And that team performance against Newcastle, that hurt me more than Man United, if I'm going to be honest with you. That performance at home against Newcastle hurt me more than Man United because I just thought we were bopped off the park.
Shocking.
Shocking, bro. Absolutely shocking. So to answer your question, it's possible. Anything in football is possible, but is it likely? I don't think so. I think Newcastle are going to be more up for it. They haven't won a trophy in like 60 years. Do you know what I mean? Like this is the big
50
one for
years,
them.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is the big
Mm.
one for them. It should have been the big one for us. Let's be honest. But you've got certain Arsenal fans that they don't care about the cups, and I'm like, that's a sackable offence. They should be the bread and butter while you're working towards winning the league. So
While you're walking towards the bigger
yes,
one,
yes,
but
yes.
I mean, it's painful at this point, man. I really hope we can go down there and overturn it. God give us a miracle and just help us out, and we can overturn that, because we just have to go on an all out attack, and
Yeah,
you know, and just try and muster something, because that's the only way we can get
the
something out
only
there.
way. You have to keep St
Views,
James's
man.
going.
Tell these people where we could find you, man. Views, man. Thanks for
Hey,
this show, man. I
hey, man, big
mean,
up, man. Thank you, my bro.
when I saw you, when I saw you on your own channel, on your own shows, and doing your own thing, I was like, my style will match up with this brother, and of course, man, you could see, bro, 1 hour 25 minutes, and it looks like we're just getting started, man.
Just
Come on,
getting
bro.
started. Come on, bro.
Bro, man.
Exactly.
Come
You
on,
know what
man.
I mean? So big
Come
you
on,
up
man.
each
Give
and
it
every
up. Give
time,
it
man.
up, bro.
Yeah, man. Big you up each and every time. Thank you for having me, my bro. It's been a pleasure. You can find me on Views on Sports on YouTube. Please go and like and subscribe. Help a young creator out. Make sure you also subscribe to Tony Glow Gunner TV. Each and every time, man. Proper good people. My guy Waffle vouched for, man. He said this is the guy. Make sure you jump on with Claude. You'll have a great show. And I feel like we have, bro. Like you said, an hour and
Yeah.
20, and we ain't even started. So we definitely got to get it in again on my channel as
Mm.
well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big up everyone in the chat. Thank you for having me, bro. Been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. And what do you got coming up on your channel, man? I
Yeah,
mean, you
so
told me of some technical issues, but I mean, you'll
yeah.
get it
We're
right,
working
man,
towards
bro.
that. Yeah, we're working towards that. We're sorting all of that out. We're gonna get the lappy and get everyone on. But yeah, I kind of go live mainly in the mornings. There will probably be an in hindsight with Waffle TV show on his channel in the next day
Yeah,
or two. So keep an eye out for that, and just keep an eye out in the mornings. I kind of do daily views in the mornings and go over
yeah,
all the Arsenal stuff, man. So you can find me there.
yeah, man. So, see, guys, people, go, come on, guys. I mean, don't be lazy. Go show views. Go show him some love down there. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've seen what he's done here. I mean, it's everything he said here. I mean, it's been a long time. Even me and Abs, I don't remember a time where me and Abs completely agree in everything. Me
Really?
and Abs are very, very. He's my friend, but we're very competitive people. He has his opinions, I have my
Uh-huh.
opinions, and our opinions are very strong, and it clashes most of the time because, yeah, me and him, that's how we do. That's how we do it.
Makes for
You
a
know,
good
we
show.
always clash all the time with some of our views, and that creates a better show.
Yeah.
But it's been so long I've seen someone where his views and everything he said really resonates with me deep down, and I really, I really fuck with it, like,
Yeah, man. I appreciate that,
in
brother.
its entirety. So,
Mhm.
man, big ups to you, man. The axe around, man. I don't usually agree. I'm usually a dog when it comes to. It's like a dog and a cat fight when I have guests down here, man. But with you, it's kind of a little bit different because I see that me and you, we're within the same thought process, and the answers you give, even if it's not the same with mine, it's almost, I mean, it's real to life. It's clear where you're getting at, and I really like that, man.
I
So big ups
appreciate
to you.
that.
So we'll be doing lots of shows together.
Yeah,
I mean, after today, man, that's for sure. Look at the comments we had
100%.
today. I mean, more than 200 comments down here.
Wicked,
People came
wicked,
out here to watch us. So big up to you.
wicked.
And there's a match going on right now, Champions League match as we speak right now, and
Okay.
people still came out here to still show love to us, man. Big ups,
Big
man. I
up
mean,
everyone,
that's
man.
a great
Big
one.
up
So
everyone, man.
definitely we'll work on something more regular. But
Yeah.
for now, we'll be doing some shows whenever we have time.
hmm
I come to
hmm
your channel, you pop into mine,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we keep
Always
going
welcome.
from there.
Always
Yeah,
welcome, my
man.
bro. Thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
having me.
And one of these days, we'll bring in Abs to come. Abs is the Godfather these days,
That's the
so
broski, bro. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
broski,
he's,
man.
he's the
Big up.
Godfather, man. He's the
Yeah, man.
Godfather these
That's
days.
the
So
broski.
you
So
know,
thank
yeah,
you for
man.
having me, man.
So
It's been a pleasure, man. Honestly, thank you.
yeah,
Big up
man.
everyone in
Yeah,
the
man.
chat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So from me and my brother Views, we thank everyone into the box. Big up, he says. Big up, lads. Big up, Views. Yeah, big up into the box, man.
My
Big up,
pleasure.
Enden, Gunner, Lamwo, everyone that joined us today. From
Big up.
me and Views, we are out. Peace, people.